In May of 1977, a 7-year-old boy ventured into the State Theater in downtown Ithaca. 2 hours later, that same boy left the theater knowing his purpose in life.
I wanted to make people feel the way I felt when I walked out of that theater, which was just full of joy. And I was like, that was great. I want to make people feel the way I'm feeling right now.
Bob Roth was that 7-year-old boy. Having moved to Ithaca at an early age, Bob spent his childhood in the city.
Well, Ithaca's a great place, and it was a great place to grow up. I didn't quite appreciate it so much until I moved away, and I didn't quite get what a little idyllic little town Ithaca is in a way. It's a great place. It was a great place to grow up. I made great friends that I still have to this day.
With parents that worked in the astronomy department of Cornell University, it was always a goal of his to attend the prestigious university.
My entire life was set with one goal up to that point of just keep your grades up enough to get into Cornell.
Bob achieved his first of many big goals for his life, getting into Cornell University and studying English, packing in as many creative writing classes as he could in 8 semesters. At several points in his time at Cornell, he asked his professors if he could write a screenplay, and here's what they had to say.
I was asking all of them, can I write a screenplay? And they were like, no.
Bob didn't take their advice and packed up all his belongings in his Toyota Tercel and said goodbye to the friends he met during his time at Cornell. Bob made the drive to Los Angeles, California. Over the years, he lent his writing abilities to projects such as Aladdin, Hercules, Kim Possible, Phineas and Ferb, and Lego Star Wars. But his most recent project is the one he had 100% creative control of.
What makes Molly stand out from the rest of them is that this is a show we created 100% on our own. Not to say we do everything, but we've got a very talented team on the crew, a very talented crew. But the concept of the show is 100% us. We're not riding on somebody else's intellectual property. We're not riding and standing on the shoulders of giants.
Bob is one of the 2 creators of Disney Channel's newest animated show titled The Ghost and Molly McGee. The show follows an optimistic middle schooler named Molly McGee who moved to Brighton with her family. After she moved into an old house, she found a ghost living in her bedroom. Molly embraces the ghost, named Scratch, while his only mission is to bring misery to Brighton and all who inhabit it.
Molly herself. Ithaca is full of people who care about the environment and care about each other. They're exuberant with their enthusiasm for other people. And that is Molly to a T. So I think a lot of what informs Molly came out of the people of Ithaca.
So while Molly resembles much of Ithaca, the place she lives in is very different from the city. When creating the show with his partner of 30 years, Bob realized that his connection to the show was much more than just being the creator.
Bill and I, we didn't quite realize it when we came up with the characters, but we were working, once we started really digging into them, we were like, oh, you're Molly and I'm Scratch. You're the exuberant extrovert who's happy-go-lucky, and I'm an introvert. I'm happy to just be left alone. I don't have that optimism and enthusiasm that Bill has for everything. That's what makes this project really special to us. It's 100% Bill and Bob.
Bob said that the show being 100% Bob and Bill proved to Disney that a second season would be worthwhile, even before the first season of The Ghost and Molly McGee premiered on Disney Channel.
Just the fact that they picked our show to make, Disney is a gigantic company. They're approached by thousands of people every day. Hey, make my thing, make my thing. The fact that they out of everything, picked our idea and nurtured it, let it grow, made it a show, and then beyond that, picked up a second season. It's an honor and it's a thrill.
With every show that Bob and Bill create, they hope it becomes a family viewing experience.
Bill and I always try to do is make sure that it's not just focused on kids, that if mom and dad are dragged down to the couch to watch their kid's favorite show, that they wind up enjoying it as much as the kid does. And, it's that family co-viewing that we really want.
After dozens of projects, The Ghost and Molly McGee is the show that made other kids, like 7-year-old Bob, feel the way he did walking out of the doors of the State Theater in Ithaca, New York. The first 5 episodes of The Ghost and Molly McGee are streaming on Disney Plus now, and the official soundtrack is available on all music streaming platforms. For WICB News, I'm Grant Johnson.